So, Ben, let's see your best robot impression. Oh.
Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep.
I am a
beep.
robot.
Beep, 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 beep.
Bop, bop. Ow. That hurt, Bop.
I fake bopped you. You actually bopped me.
Sorry.
Wow.
But what's going on with the robots that we are talking about them?
Well, I know the Robotics Club, they just did some competition.
What?
Yeah, they did some competition. We're also highlighting their program.
No way.
Yeah, you know in the cafeteria over by the snack stand, there's that, like, jungle gym looking thing?
Yeah, I never knew what that was. Is that for them?
It's the robotics, like...
Oh, seriously?
It's like their playing field.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, like, there's a soccer field. Well, there's a robotics field,
There's a
and that's what it
robotics
is.
field in the cafeteria. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about them apples?
A couple years ago, we hosted this, like, huge, gigantic robotics competition thing.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
That's cool.
Do you know how, like, at graduation, all the parking spots in this entire place are filled, like, the whole teacher lot, the whole student lot, and then, like, all the way up Eagle Drive?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it looked like at the robotics competition.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So, but they're going on a competition that's not here. Maybe one day they will be here.
Yeah,
again.
So let's go find out a little bit more about robotics.
Go check it out.
Back in 8th grade, we had to pick up small little plastic balls and cylinders and score them in goals. The year before that, we had bean bags where we put them in troughs. Last year, we had many-sided shaped balls, plastic hollow, and big beach balls that we would have, some teams would throw over the whole field to score for points. This year's game is 8 by 8 by 8 cubes, and we have to score them inside of posts.
Okay, and do you guys know what exactly your robot has to do before going to this competition?
Yeah, every year a different game is set, and there's different ways of scoring it and different ways of playing the game. There's some restrictions involved that you can't do, and there's some things that aren't really on the book, and different teams come up with clever ways of simply doing it without getting in trouble.
So when you guys go, are you guys looking around sizing up your competition?
As soon as we walk through the door, we're like, all right, we know exactly what team might have a really good robot, what team won't. We walk in. Once we get ourselves signed in, we put our robots down and we just survey and we look and we're like, okay, they're going to be tough today. They might not be, but then you never know. Some teams end up failing midway through the day. Some teams end up making something that works half through the day. I know we've done that. So you never know situation.
Right. So how does your robot win?
The robot wins by completing the task that needs to be done. This year, it's about picking up hollow cubes and scoring them on a post. You can also build up the post. They're called sky rises. And your robot has to be able to grab it, bring it over, and drop it onto the placement of it, and then keep building up from then, and then simply score more cubes.
Okay, and who judges these competitions?
Most of the time, the scoring judges and the other judges are all like veterans of college teams or just mentors from other schools who've done it for so long that they want to help out the younger teams.
Okay. So what has been the most challenging part of robotics for you?
The most challenging part is being able to get the right robot done. Getting it to its full best. If one side is going up correctly, then the other side's failing. If one side's running, then the other side's not running. Troubleshooting in between, not enough parts, or simply just not being able to finish it, not enough time.
Okay. And what's your favorite memory of robotics?
Favorite memory? I remember it was back in 8th grade. We were at Downingtown School for the last competition of the season before the World Championships. We were doing amazing that day. We ended up in first place. We were in the finals. We were against a Downingtown team that was one of our good friends. They ended up beating us in the finals, so we weren't qualified for the World Championships at that point. So we were sitting down, we were relaxed, we were waiting they give out trophies at the end for the winners, all different types of awards. And it's called the Excellence Award. That qualifies you for Worlds. It means you have overall excellence in your competing, in your engineering notebook, in your sportsmanship, and just overall excellence. And once they started talking about the award, everybody kept looking over at us, and we're sitting there like, what are these guys doing? It's weird. So they announced, the Excellence Award goes to team 255A. we have license plates on our robots that identify who's who, and that was our license plate.
Oh.
They said that license plate number, we flipped out. We were crying. It was an emotional day.
That sounds like a really great time.
Yeah.
So, how long do these competitions typically last?
One full competition is usually from around 9 o'clock in the morning. People usually get there around 8 or 7 to set up. Around 9, teams start showing up. Around 12, it's a lunch break. And then around probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's all semifinals, finals, qualifiers, and then it all goes crazy from then. Everybody gets pumped up.
So, how do you guys get kids to join your club?
Well, there are kids who like hear about it in the hallways, or like if we're in class talking about it, they get interested, or like see photos on like social media. But then, the biggest way we mostly do it is the more veteran teams or the mentors will go to other schools and have like assemblies, and we'll bring our robot, we'll show it off, we'll explain how the game, as they call it, works, and then as kids get more interested, we let them drive it around a little bit, and then they start coming to meets and build days.
Okay, and do you guys help mentor them to get them to be really good robotics?
Yeah, especially coming up. I know when we first started out, we had no idea what we were doing. We also had a mentor who was explaining things to us as we were basically building it. And it's basically the same thing we do. They come in, we explain it to them. We have a camp during the summer for 4 days or 5 where kids can come in, get an understanding of it. Then during the school year, it's all about building the right robot and competing.
So can anyone come watch these competitions that you guys do?
In these competitions, there's no fee to get in. There's fee to compete, but if you're just like any random person you want to come in and watch, see these cool robots, no, it's all free.
Okay, so when is your next competition?
Our next competition will actually be held here at Norristown Area High School. It'll be Saturday, 28. Competition will probably start around 9 or maybe 10, as soon as we can get it out of the way. And it should be fun. All the top teams are going to be here. All the top spectators are going to be here. Everybody's going to be looking at something good.
So will you guys have any special guests coming to watch you guys?
You never really know. Some people might come down. Sometimes I remember other state championships, college teams would come down and they'd look at us and one team came up and they talked about how our robot was similar and they thought it was cool how we shared ideas, and
Right.
it's fun, yeah.
Thank you guys for joining me. Anything
Thank you.
else you'd like to add?
It's really much for anybody. Anybody who's interested on building with their hands. Anybody who can think of something and get it out the way and put it on paper, and then from paper make it to life. It's not so much about if you're Hispanic, American. You could be. I remember at States we saw a Puerto Rican team destroy a U.S. team by not small amount but a huge amount. Singapore won the state worlds that year. It's not about who you are. It's about how you can do it.
It's
Yeah.
a really great message.
If you have an imagination, you can do robotics. That's pretty much what it is.
Thank you for joining me, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
I'm Pro Purcell and is here with Frank anymore to talk about the robotics competition. Sounds great, guys. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.